Welcome back, Talk family, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host, Charnel Bauer, and joining me today is Stella Petkova, and she is the Senior Sales Manager at Lindsay Saker VW Alberton. She is a determined, mature, and emotionally intelligent individual with a demonstrated history in the premium brands of the motor industry and is inspired by people, success, and integrity. Stella is an incredible strong woman, not letting anything or anyone stand in her way to success and growth. She's been part of the motor industry for more than a decade, and she is also a nominee for the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards 2023. So, without further ado, let's welcome Stella. And as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Sariti Solutions, MFC, and Evo by Nedbank. Hi Stella.
Hi Chanel.
Thank you so much for being here today.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Stella, we want to start off by asking you about your journey in the motor industry. Tell us more about it.
Do you have a day?
Well, just put it in a nutshell for us.
All right, let's just take half an hour on that question alone.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. So, wow, what a journey it has been. I think if it wasn't by the grace, I would not have been where I am. I arrived in South Africa at the age of 19. I could hardly ever speak the language. I did not know where my next meal will come from.
Oh gosh.
And what happened was I started, hustling in the restaurant industry. You would serve tables and you start practicing your language. And one day I thought, you know what? I'm done with the restaurants. I want something better for me. So I said, Lord, please help me. I don't want to do this anymore. And I walked into a dealership and the manager was on leave and I had to go see the dealer principal. I don't know what this guy saw in me. He asked me what I know about cars, and I said that I know there is white cars and there's black cars and there's Audis. That's all I could say. He thought I was funny and he gave me an opportunity. Let me tell you, it was a journey and a half, because over and above the fact that I had to learn about cars, I had to learn about the technology. And I literally found that it was a passion of mine to help people get into the vehicles of their desire, and of course affordability.
Yes.
But I think it was meant to be, because I believe everybody has a purpose in life. And at this point in time, my purpose is to be in the motor industry. And let me tell you, I wouldn't change it for anything. It was the best decision of my life.
Wow, that is really, really inspiring. Just tell us, how many years is it exactly?
We are in 2023, so it's been 12 years. Going
12
for
years.
13, yes.
Okay. And where did you, what country are you originally from?
From Bulgaria. I finished my matric in Bulgaria, and my father decided to find better future for his family. We were a communist country, and the communist regime broke down a few years before that, and obviously the opportunity came along. He was actually heading for another country, but I'm very glad he chose South Africa, because I wouldn't change where I am for anything in the world.
Yeah, no, it's a very diverse culture that we have here. We have a lot of fun and we celebrate a lot of religion, culture. We're very diverse, so I'm glad that you are happy.
Yes, absolutely.
I was about to ask the next question, why did you come over, but you actually already answered it.
I could read minds, be careful.
Stella, tell us, what is your opinion about our women empowerment initiatives that we have, which is powered by MFC and Evo by Nedbank?
It's probably one of the nicest and most empowering decisions that they could have made. As a female in South Africa, it's very difficult to get places in terms of motor industry. Extremely grateful MFC and Evo Bank to have this initiative, because it helps other women, other ladies like me to achieve their dreams and to keep on persevering and just go for the dream. It's really the hard workers and the honesty that will get you places.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So what inspired you or motivated you to start working in the motor industry?
So I was a very, very big fan of Audi. And when I had enough of the hospitality, I decided it will be either Audi or nothing else.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good for one to follow their dreams despite of what everybody else says.
Yes.
I secretly was hoping that I would be working in a corporate as well as driving an Audi, and working in the motor industry got me the best of both.
Yes. You definitely get the best of both worlds. Yeah.
With that being said, I am extremely grateful again for many opportunities I've had to drive the most beautiful cars. I had to change brands. I was with Audi, I was with BMW, I'm currently with Volkswagen, and I don't think I would probably change the German car manufacturing.
I think that's
they
the
know
fun
how to make cars.
Yeah, that's the fun part of it. You get to drive all these different types of vehicles and brands and stuff, and you get to experience, the diversity of the vehicle, and get to learn more about it.
100%.
Yeah. So what is your what do you love most about representing the VW brand?
So, like I said, working for a German brand, they are very disciplined. We know always what's coming. We know what's happening. We are well informed without any doubt that the information we supplied by the manufacturer is always true and correct. For example, we know when the launch of a certain vehicle is, and we can prepare our customers for that. I'm extremely grateful that I can work with my team. I've got an amazing team. It's just such a pleasure coming to work every morning. I'm very happy that we can help people with our knowledge and experience. We can advise them financially. We're not really allowed to, but according to their affordability, we can guide them into the correct vehicle. And having the knowledge of the brand and having the experience with customers is probably the best thing, is when you see the tail lights of a vehicle leaving the showroom floor. This is really the highlight of our
excitement.
Absolutely.
Yes. You have to build the customer up to that point, the excitement, and then eventually them driving off with their new vehicle, and you made that dream possible. Absolutely. You made it happen.
It's like seeing your child graduating. Every time we deliver a car, it's the same feeling.
Yeah. Stella, tell us more about your management style.
Oh dear, we should maybe call my guys. It's a difficult one, because talking about oneself, it's not always what one portrays in the workplace. So I would like to think that I am not a terrorist. I would like to think that I give the guys the freedom to express their individuality with the customers and through the whole experience. I would like to believe that I do share my knowledge with the guys, because my dream is one day I'll be playing golf, or I'll be somewhere on the beach, and the guys would be able to continue the legacy that I've left behind.
Wow.
I think I cannot do policing. I'm not somebody who polices. I'd like to trust the guys.
Micromanaging.
Correct, yes. I'd like to trust the guys, because the trust is both ways, and trust is earned.
Yes.
Trust is super important. Like I said, I do give them the freedom. There is certain guidelines, but I really have a very mature team, so that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
And I'm sure you will achieve your dream one day of playing golf and sitting on the beach, and have that sense of wow, I did this and I built this and I left this behind.
So I'm glad that you're saying this, because I would also like to believe that it's not me alone. I'm as good as my team. I believe that giving the team the freedom, giving the knowledge, encouraging them, looking at their strong points, rather than what they're not doing right, is the success for every individual. Like I said earlier, my success is my team's success, and it's really not about me. It's about how well the team can perform together and how we can get the customers to drive out of the showroom floor and they're happy. It's really all about that satisfied customer and satisfying the bosses. Being in the motor industry, I've got VW South Africa as the one boss, and I've got Motors as the other. And then in between, I've got all the banks that we have to do the small little things on a daily basis.
So you've got bosses all around.
I've got bosses all over. So it is a very, very interesting game, and I love playing it, and I think the guys also enjoy that. It's never boring by us. So I really don't think it's me alone. I think it's a team effort.
No, there's definitely never a dull moment in the motor industry. There's always something happening. So Stella, tell us, have you ever faced any situation where you were discriminated? If not, just tell us how you would have handled it. But if you have, please share with us and how you handled it.
So as I mentioned earlier, I arrived in here at the age of 19 and I started working in the hospitality. I was a waitress, and one of the customers, I had a very heavy accent. I don't think I've got much left of it now, but I had a very heavy accent, and the customer refused to speak English, and it was an interesting moment because it was the first time that I felt I don't belong here. The customer refused to speak English, and he requested somebody to speak their own language. And at the time, I was very shocked. I literally walked away and I started crying because I'm all alone here. I don't have my mom, I don't have friends, I don't have nobody around me. I just started here, and here comes this old man that just didn't want to talk to me just because I couldn't speak his language. So I was very upset.
If you don't mind me asking, what language did he want to?
He wasn't happy with me speaking English. He wanted me to speak Afrikaans.
Oh, okay.
And later on, when I came to my senses, because I'm a fighter, I thought, you know what, this man is not gonna take the better of me. I calmed down, I chilled, I called somebody to go help him. And I think this person was just a very ugly person, because every time I walked past him, he kept on speaking English to be spiteful. And that's when I realized
you get those kind of people.
You do. And that's when I realized that in the world there's good people and there's bad people, and I will not let the bad people take the good out of me. So every time I walked past, I'll never forget, I kept on smiling at him, and I even asked Afrikaans phrase, and I remember asking him, I said, "Meneer, is alles reg?"
Well, you handled that situation very well.
So that was the first and probably the last time. I didn't really have any other big instances. I think my accent was very strong. But other than that, I think when a person works hard, when they're honest, when they have integrity, I think those qualities will be recognized wherever you go. And whether you're male or female, whether you're pink or green, you would be appreciated because of your qualities and because of who you are.
Most definitely. Stella, I just want to conclude this interview just by thanking you for coming. And is there anything else that you would like to add, or anything that you would like to leave our viewers with?
So absolutely, I think if I can leave whoever is watching this with the thought of, if you want something in life, you've got to put God first. You've got to ask Him for direction. You've got to pray. You've got to be close to Him. You've got to stay true. You've got to be honest. and I'm going to repeat myself again because I believe in those qualities tremendously. Integrity, honesty, humility will take you places.
Most definitely. Thank you so much, Stella. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and for, giving this insight into, in a nutshell, within your journey and your life. And we thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for having me. I really hope I've inspired somebody to do greater things in life.
Most definitely you have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewers, we would like to thank you for your continued support and encourage you to like and share our content. Our non-profit companies, the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and Evo by Nedbank, and the Talk Studios, sponsored by Sariti Solutions and Evo by Nedbank, are platforms aimed at empowering, uplifting, and celebrating the women of motoring South Africa. We are not just telling stories, we are changing lives. If you are searching for a new or pre-owned vehicle, please visit www.auto.evo.africa. We have a wide range of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews, car maintenance tips, and automotive advice, all courtesy of Talk Studios.
Ladies, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. The future is unknown. You only have today. Use whatever it is at your disposal to build the future you want. And Stella definitely did that. She went for her future. She made that decision to go into the dealership and find something new that she wanted to do. Don't wait for tomorrow or next week or even next month. You've heard the quote before. There's no time like the present. If you procrastinate, you'll be stuck wherever you are, in your job, your mindset, your health, etc. Your future starts the second you open your eyes every morning. All these rich and successful people didn't just get there. They started with something small in order to change their future. And today, they are reaping the fruits of the seed they have sown years ago. Whatever work needs to be done, whatever opportunity comes your way, whatever you have to share, this is the time, not tomorrow. And that's a quote from Sadhguru. And with that, I would like to remind you that the question should never be, who's going to let me? It should always be, who's going to stop me?